Hi everybody. Today I thought we'd take a look and do one mini painting using one of the 3 squares of the Jackson Art Supplies 2 Rivers sample watercolour paper. It's white, handmade, rag, watercolour paper, cotton linen, gelatin tub sized. The 3 squares are either 300 GSM, which is £140, not. Now I think that could be rough texture, and then, which I prefer. Then there's the 410 GSM, which is £200, again not, as in I think rough. And then the last one is 630 GSM, which is £300. Again in the knot, and I forget what the thing is, whether it's rough or smooth, but they do feel rough textured to me. So I'm just picking a random one, and they don't say what they are on there, but when you have all 3 in your hand you can kind of tell what the weight is. So here is one of them, and it feels really lovely. Like, both sides feel different, but textured. So, I might even do a double side. You know I'm terrible at doing things like that, as in, given any plain paper, I will cover as much of it as I possibly can. Now, what you could do with these sample sizes is do, not trading cards, it's a bit big, it's a tile in a way. I have a feeling they're 10 centimetres by 10 centimetres, so a little bit too big for a trading card, but you could do almost like giant swatch cards, you know, with this. They're quite reasonable priced, the samples. I think it was under €1, so you could only get 1 per order, so each time you did an order you could put them in while stocks last, and I think they're pretty handy to have. It gives you an idea of what the 2 Rivers watercolour paper is like. It is lovely. It feels lovely. We won't know till we use it. And I'm using the Holbein gouache, just adding some water to it. Now I have still got some that is dried in the palette, and this gouache, now all gouache when dry will crack, but this really does crack. It can almost fall out the palette, but as soon as you add water it is completely like watercolour again. But like I say, it loses the creaminess, so you can use it completely fine when it's dry. It just isn't going to give you the gouache effect. But I don't waste any paint and I use it up. So, I'm going to probably do a wet background first. I like to do that, so this will probably take a while, and I'll have to fast forward the video because for drying time, as you noticed with my one of my recent videos when we did the hen and the chicks on the cardi paper, that takes a very long time to dry. I was listening to a YouTuber earlier today that was talking about they were getting hate on their channel for people when they were mentioning the wet into wet technique. They were being corrected by artists in America calling it wet on wet or something. It's a different technique, but there are many watercolour techniques, and what we're doing is I'm wetting the paper and then I'm going to be applying watered down paint So that is the wet into wet technique, which the teacher was completely correct. She's a United Kingdom teacher, so the techniques are going to differ from country to country. So you get this lovely, with the wet into wet technique, you get this lovely soft edge, pale effect. If you add neat paint that has absolutely no water, it's not as pale. But I love to drag it all out and make it pale and have lots of soft edges. Now this is buckling a little, so I suspect I know it's not the 600 GSM one, so it's either the 300 or the 400. Probably, many of you would have used washi tape or something. I don't like washi tape, and it wouldn't have stuck to my silicone mat anyway. But I prefer having all of the paper used and not have edges that are white. It depends, I'm not really into framing that much. So I'm still unsure at this stage what I'm actually going to be painting. But I do like the paper. I'm not sure at this stage why, apart from it being, for me, I think it's either the oldest mill in the world, the Two Rivers, or the second oldest. There are very old mills in France and in Italy. Probably should get my heat gun. Technically, you will get a different effect when you use a heat gun. Okay, got the heat gun, here we go. And then I turn it over because it will help it to go flatter. Okay, giving you it all in real time, guys. I think my paintbrush fell on the floor. Just have to give that a rinse. Okay, now you can see it's gone flat almost now because it's completely almost dry now. And isn't it a lovely pale blue? It's like we've used watercolours. That's a really lovely effect. So now I'm feeling like I might want to do like food related. I might do like, I don't know, feeling like cupcake or cup of cocoa. Because what I love doing if it's cocoa is doing an aerial view. I might do that. Let's go for that. So we will go in with the yellow ochre, do a big circle, or as near as damn it circle as we can. This is going to be the thick rim of the mug. And then we're going to mix up a lovely brown for the cocoa, and I might just start putting it into here. So I'll put in the magenta, put a nice big amount, and water. My water's now gone pink. We will take some blue even, to turn it into this lovely purple. Isn't that beautiful? It's a lovely purple. Get so many different varieties of the purple with this set. This is absolutely my set of paints. I have never gotten on with the ultramarine and the standard sets of colours that you get in watercolours, and not really been sure of where to go with it until I came across this. And now I'm going to add the yellow, big half of that. See what we get here. And we're getting the brown, a nice brown. Can't believe how easy that was. It used to take me forever to make brown with a regular watercolour set, or even a regular gouache set. This is like, it takes the stress and worry of wasting paint away. This set, I mean, it's revolutionary for me. It's really nice. You don't feel so frustrated and like, what's the word, like incompetent or something. I'm thinking, gosh, I don't know how to mix all these colours, and I'm stupid. But I do know how to mix colours, but they were never mixing right for me. I was wasting so much paint, and with this there is no wasted paint. It's just amazing. And of course you can alternate by just adding a little bit more of the colours to make it a richer brown, a darker brown, lighter brown. I'm just getting this initial layer on, and then I can go adding darker in areas, and then I'll be adding some of those white marshmallows using pure white of the gouache. I'm leaving a bit of the white for speckles of bubbles. Once you've got that layer down, you see, you can then still use what you've mixed, but add a bit of blue or yellow depending on what you're going for. But it won't be until this has dried that you're going to know fully what you're dealing with. So just getting the heat gun again. And yes, you will hear it on camera. This is real time. There we are. Most of it's dried, except for that little bit there, but we're going to leave that to dry naturally while I just see about probably adding a bit of a thicker rim. That's the beauty of going over things that are dry with the gouache. Can always go back over the top and build up the layers. I like that it makes it easier with this textured paper to leave like air bubbles, so you don't really want to cover all of the texture with the brown. So what it's actually done for me is shown me where I need to make it darker. So I just took more blue and added it to my brown, and this area I'm going to make brown. I can't believe it, how easy it has been to mix colours with this. I'm going to be sticking to this set and probably to Holbein for a while. Just makes the whole experience fun. It's taken the stress out and the worry and the annoyance of the frustration, I keep saying, because it's so frustrating for me to waste paint and I still haven't got the brown that I want. And you have to have so many different tubes of paint, and that annoys me. Not only is it the expense, but it's just the faff of having to have so many, and the space for storage. And I have the pans, but it's really annoying with the pans in watercolour to, I don't know, I do like the pans, but I prefer to deal with tubes because it's more economical. But even then, mixing colours, I'd always choose to buy the pre-made colour so that I didn't waste the paint because it's just too expensive. But with this, it's just so easy. And it wasn't that expensive, really, for professional grade things. And this gouache is light fast. It's got a 3-star rating, and that is really, really good. So now I'm going to get my whites. And I think I will start, I don't know, what am I going to do? Let me have a think here. What are we doing? Going crazy. Rebecca, what are you doing? You're not letting it dry, that's for sure. But it's okay, this is going to work. Because we've got a bit of like a chocolate cream being put on the top here, which is always a delicious treat to have on top of cocoa. Okay, so I will then get the heat gun and we'll just get that dried before we add another layer. Okay, I used to have a heat gun called, it was a craft tool, like for crafters, called a Heat Buddy, and you can still see quite a few artists still use them, card makers, but mine died from overuse and they'd stopped selling them on French Amazon or in England. We couldn't find them on Amazon, so I got a regular heat gun. Oh, I know, I've got to get more white, so hold on a second. I love doing impromptu paintings, so I thought that I had put enough out, but I didn't have a plan on what it was I was going to be painting, so put it all away. Here we go. Put some lovely white out. Add some water. And this will be a bit of a offish white because we're just adding in little extras here. It's nice, and you can see how I'm just kind of feathering with my brush to add some texture, because cream isn't flat, it's textury. And then you can always go in with a pen afterwards. And just, this has been so joyful using this gouache. I can't get over it. You can't ask for more than that. Light fast, artist grade, easy to mix, lovely colours, lovely texture, and only 5 tubes in a box. And then I might just, with the magenta, my heat gun keeps trying it, to just add, keeps trying the paint quicker. But I'm going to just indicate a bit of the mug. And I kind of hold my breath when I do that. Because I don't want to mess up. It's funny when I go really close to... Sorry, I have to hold my breath now, I can't talk. It's like I have a little voice in my head. It says, you're getting near an edge. Stop breathing. It also helps to have a good flow of paint, as in enough water, not too much, but enough that the brush, that you can push it down and hopefully get it in one sweep. But with textured watercolour, you have to be ever so careful and use the tip of the brush. So there we go. Just a little bit here. There we are. I don't know what that's going to look like on camera. And it's looking okay here. Sometimes things can look better on camera than in real life. I don't think I'm going to be adding any more to it, guys. I might, well, the more I think about it, the thing is I might even just wet this brown again. Maybe. And just, maybe do some of those wispy things here to indicate. Yeah, I quite like that. So I think that's it, guys. I hope you have enjoyed watching and learnt something from it. And please, I ask you to hit the like button and hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Subscribing to my channel is completely free of charge. No money is asked of you. It's like a follow button like you get on Twitter or Instagram. And by doing that, it helps me and it promotes me on YouTube so that other viewers get to see my content. Thanks very much, guys. And don't forget, you can ask me any questions in the comments below, as long as YouTube haven't switched my comments off as soon as this video gets published. I will keep checking, but do let me know if the comments are switched off, and I will do my best to get them switched back on. So take care, guys, and I'll see you really soon. Bye.